In-depth look at the blockbuster trade for Karl Anthony Towns. The New York Knicks have made a seismic shift in their roster with a bold move that could redefine their season. According to NBA insider Bobby Marks, the Knicks are acquiring Karl Anthony Towns from the Minnesota Timberwolves, sending Julius Randle, Donte DiVincenzo, and a first-round pick to Minnesota. With Charlotte serving as the third team to facilitate the deal, this trade addresses key areas of need for New York while adding a marquee player in Towns. Here's a deeper look at how this blockbuster trade unfolded and what it means for the Knicks moving forward. The trade breakdown. Incoming to Knicks, Karl Anthony Towns. Outgoing from Knicks, Julius Randle, Donte DiVincenzo, a future first-round pick, via Detroit. Charlotte's role, serving as the third team to help balance the financials and draft compensation required to make the deal work under the NBA's salary cap rules. Why did the Knicks make this move? The Knicks have had their eyes set on a major upgrade since the offseason. After Isaiah Hartenstein was lost to OKC and with Mitchell Robinson continuing to battle injury concerns, New York had a glaring hole at the center position. Robinson's availability for the start of the season remains in doubt, creating a critical need in the front court. Karl Anthony Towns, a dynamic offensive center, provides the solution they were looking for. Towns has been on the Knicks' radar for a while, but this deal came together rapidly in the last 48 hours as both teams found common ground. According to Marks, as recently as Thursday, the trade had only a 40% chance of happening. However, by Friday night, it was all but sealed, highlighting how quickly things can change in the NBA. What does Karl Anthony Towns bring to the Knicks? Karl Anthony Towns is arguably one of the most skilled big men in the NBA. A former #1 overall pick, Towns brings a versatile offensive package that includes elite shooting for a player of his size, solid post play, and a great passing ability for a center. At 7 feet tall, he can stretch the floor and operate inside, making him a perfect fit for the modern NBA. Over his career, Towns has consistently been among the league leaders in scoring, three-point shooting for big men, and rebounding. More importantly, Towns is locked in for 4 more years on a $220 million supermax deal. While that hefty contract might limit future flexibility, it signals that New York is all in on contending for a championship. Towns joins a core group that now includes Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, and Anthony Simons, making the Knicks starting 5 one of the most dangerous in the NBA. Julius Randle's departure. Moving on from Julius Randle was necessary to facilitate the deal, but it also signifies a new direction for the Knicks. While Randle has had multiple all-star-level seasons with the team, his play style often clashed with the Knicks' overall system. In return, the Knicks get a more consistent, younger star in Towns who is a better fit for today's NBA. Potential concerns, depth and future flexibility. While the addition of Towns is undoubtedly a win on paper, the Knicks have sacrificed some of their depth to make this happen. Donte DiVincenzo was a key contributor off the bench and added important defensive versatility. Now, the Knicks' second unit, particularly in the front court, looks thin. Players like Jericho Sims and Precious Achiuwa will need to take on bigger roles, while the Knicks may have to dip into the free agent market or explore trades to add more depth. Another factor to consider is the reliance on Towns' health. The Knicks will be banking on him staying healthy and productive, as their future financial flexibility is limited with Towns on a supermax contract. The role of Charlotte. Charlotte's involvement in the trade was essential in helping both teams stay within salary cap constraints. The third team helped the Knicks absorb Towns' $49.2 million salary by balancing the outgoing contracts of Randle, $28.9 million, and DiVincenzo, $11.5 million, along with future draft assets. This type of cap maneuvering is becoming increasingly common in high-profile NBA trades, where multiple teams are involved to make the financials work. Looking ahead, what this trade means for the Knicks' future. This trade represents a clear message from the Knicks front office: the time to win is now. By bringing in Towns, the Knicks are positioning themselves to compete with the best teams in the Eastern Conference. Pairing Towns with Brunson and Bridges creates a potent trio that will make New York a serious threat in the playoffs. On paper, the Knicks' starting 5, Brunson, Hart, Bridges, Anthony Simons, and Towns rivals top teams like Boston, Milwaukee, and Philadelphia. However, the road ahead is not without challenges. Depth is a major concern, and if Towns or other key players go down with injuries, the Knicks could struggle to maintain their competitive edge. Additionally, with most of their financial flexibility tied up, future trades or signings may be difficult to pull off. The Knicks are also operating near the NBA's salary cap, second apron, which limits how much they can spend on additional pieces without facing penalties. Final thoughts. For Knicks fans, this trade is a double-edged sword. On one hand, acquiring a talent like Karl Anthony Towns is a massive win and shows the organization is committed to contending for a title. On the other hand, the loss of depth and the potential financial limitations could pose problems down the line. This is a high-risk, high-reward move that will either elevate the Knicks to serious title contenders or expose gaps in their roster if injuries or chemistry issues arise. Either way, Knicks fans, buckle up. This season is going to be an exciting ride. What do you think? Will Karl Anthony Towns be the missing piece to bring the Knicks back to glory? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments below.